Hello?
Hey girl.
You guys will not believe this.
No, I don't want to touch on.
I told you guys I fall in love fast.
The look on your face, and you're like, ooh.
Very healthy to have female friendships.
And completely
yeah, I do want to get married
ghost
again.
me
And I
on
love
this
that.
effing
So
flight
finding
of
that
us
balance
still
of, I
desire
think
to
have
get
this
married.
hand
Super
where
like,
we're
get rid
really
of
having
toxic
Wasn't
people
ever
in
really
the
in
thing.
pain and part of it.
Welcome back.
It's a three-way call.
With Britt Fallon Star. Hi, ladies.
Hi.
Happy late night sessions.
Woohoo! It's only 8:15, an hour until bed.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm in bed now and asleep in 45 minutes. So it definitely is a late night for me.
So we're going to talk about we'll just catch up a little bit about our dating lives in 2025 and maybe like what we are going to be doing differently in 2026 or if we plan on dating at all in 2026. I know your horoscope
And she
Fallon
means
is
Val.
pretty spicy.
Wait, what does my horoscope say?
It says it's pretty spicy. Like this year is a big year for you in
Ooh,
love and money especially is a big
I
year for
did
you.
that.
So
Let's bring
we
on the
already know like stars 2025. She's still married.
Oh.
So, you know, but let's catch up. Like, I feel like we haven't really talked about any recent dating fun or anything like
no.
that. Have you gone
But
on any dates?
well, side note, we made that reel, right?
Yes.
And it went viral.
Yes.
Viral reel, and it was our 2025 dating recap. And Star just stayed married the whole time, did her cute little dances, looked so adorable. Britt and I
Yeah.
were having FOMO from her side.
A little reach at the end, I think, is what got everyone. So you guys, you thought of that, like, let me pull you back to my side. That was perfect.
Yeah, because I mean, as bad as Britt and I want to be over there, we're not there yet. So we just need to, have fun in our single girl era, which I feel like we're doing.
Heck yeah.
Um, yeah, yeah. So if you guys didn't see our reel, go to Three-Way Call Pod. It's so cute and funny, and you'll see our entire recap of 2025. You'll see Britt and I move around from single to it's complicated to dating to Britt was in a relationship briefly to back to single, and Britt and I are kind of all over the place. So I feel like, yeah, we could just definitely recap what that was all about.
Yeah.
I'd
Oh my
love to
God.
hear it. But side note, since we're on the subject of dating, are you guys Mensa by chance?
What's that?
What?
That's what I said. So
Is that
I,
what the young kids say, Star? You always come in with these young kids lingo.
normally I'm on point, but when this man, so I met my client is friends with an orthopedic surgeon. He comes over to drop something off during our session. And he's like, "Hi, first thing, I'm Doctor." And then I'm like, "Hi, nice to meet you. I already know what kind of guy this is going to be based on your introduction. Do we need the doctor?" Oh shit, I gotta mute that out because I don't want to say his name. But so I'm like, okay. And then he's like, "Are you married?" Right off the bat. And I look at my hand and I'm like, yeah. Well, do you have any friends? They need to be Mensa because, I graduated high school at 15 and went to college right away. They need to have, they want to have 10, 15 kids. And all they're looking for is basically like me to be the dad, give them a compound like Elon Musk, and just be the uncle and come stop by.
Oh, hell to the
And
no.
I was like, this
No,
is
no,
your
no.
criteria, doctor. Let
Nope.
me first, Mensa means on the IQ test because I didn't know until I came home and I was chatting with Paul. It means you've gotten more than like a 140 or something above, the highest score, which
Well,
apparently
obviously
is.
not since we didn't know what that meant.
Yeah, clearly. That part.
So I was like,
Oh, no, I guess we are not Mensa Star.
yeah. It's like, I am just, this guy was so entertaining. I was like, wow, this is what it's like out there. And he's like, well, how old are you? Like 25? And I'm like, no, thank you, though. I'll be, 37 soon here the next month. And he's like, well, guess my age, guess my age. I'm like, oh dear. I don't know.
No.
Late 40s. And he's like, I'm 56. But he's Asian.
Oh
So it's like, well, blacks and Asians, we don't crack. So.
no.
Yeah.
So
56.
I know a doctor if you guys want to be introduced to an orthopedic surgeon.
I'm
And you
good on
just
that,
want
doctor.
tons of babies and
Yeah. I
sugar
don't need,
daddy.
He's not gonna be able to have babies soon, so he better get it together.
and I need a daddy, not an uncle. No.
It's Oh my, he was like, I only work 1 month out of every, or no, he said 1 week out of every month. I travel all the time. And then he goes, and then I was in Venezuela. I met the president of some, or not, maybe not Venezuela, but somewhere in South America. And he's showing me pictures of him in surgery. And it was a wild 30 minutes.
Bro, what kind of doctor was this?
An orthopedic surgeon.
Oh, okay.
So he specializes on knees and shoulders, but he was quite the character. I was like, wow, I'll tell my single friends you're available.
Yeah.
You
Good
know,
single
I've
friends is
got
not good.
someone just in mind for that man.
Oh, I thought of her too.
Exactly. So there you go. She
Yeah.
would love that.
Ay, ay, ay. But anyways, ladies, so what are you really looking for or not looking for? What's off the list? Curious.
Him.
Exactly.
What I'm looking for, because most of my 2025, I was, well, would I say most of it I was single or most of it was it's complicated? I don't know. It could be a good 50-50 to be honest. But I'm looking for the things that I was lacking last year. And this is my 4 C's.
Uh-huh.
Okay. I need communication.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
I need consistency.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
I need consideration.
Mm-hmm.
And I need commitment.
I love
Yes, yes, those
it.
are my 4 C's. So I feel like
Hmm.
I am going off. Those are the key things that I'm looking for. If you can give me those, then we'll figure out the rest. But those are like the solid 4 things that I need from somebody.
So
So give
sweet.
me those 4 things and then we'll see, how we do.
Yes, girl. I like it. The alliteration.
Hmm.
Yeah, I love that. I'm gonna adopt that. That's super, it's sweet, short, straightforward, and it's perfect, literally.
Alan's gonna start her relationship circle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The little subscription thing on IG, just the 4 C's,
Yes, the four
the
C's.
group chat. I like it.
Speaking of like communication, I feel like that's is a really big thing lacking in like my dating 2025 recap is like the people had just the poorest communication skills. Like, granted, it was again a very short recap. It is, I started the year in a relationship. I was out of the relationship. I started dating again. And two out of the three men I went on a date with, just communication was, it was as if they've never done it.
Mm. And how old were these gentlemen?
The ones that couldn't communicate well were younger than me. And I was like, this is, I can't, like, I can't. It, it seems consistent in that area where, and I mean, not super younger, like still 30 to 32, I think,
Okay, yeah.
that which isn't a lot younger, but it is vastly different. It
Mm.
was, it was as if I was like dating again back in high school or something. And I'm like, this is not what I'm looking for at all.
Well, I
Yeah,
thought
and
you were gonna say, sorry to cut you off. I thought you were gonna say the older guys were not communicating
That's what
well.
I thought she was gonna say too.
why would you say that? Have you guys had experiences with like the older men not communicating well in your previous dating or something like that?
Well, my ex, I mean, I wouldn't even say, I mean, he's only 2 years older. I mean, I don't even feel like that's older. I feel like we're basically the same age, but obviously he didn't communicate well.
Hmm.
And so, yeah, I just thought that's what you were gonna say too.
And just, yeah, based on a couple of the like characteristics of the ones that you told me about before, I was like, oh, thinking the older ones were
Mhm.
worse at it. But okay, I definitely see.
Well, I guess realistically, there was only one out of the four that did communicate well, but he was older, so
Who was the older one?
yeah.
Which I feel like that's typically, right? Don't they say older men are better communicators or no? Do they say the younger
I
ones?
don't
I
know.
can't keep track these days.
They're supposed to be, I mean, theoretically,
But
Yeah,
maybe,
older.
right? With the experience and the age and all of that, but
you would think. And I think just a lot of that younger, it's a very small window where it's like it's your age or older and everyone's kind of at the same maturity level. That window for like a younger person to be the same maturity level as us as women, especially because we mature so much earlier, is very, very small and very, very rare, I think.
mhm.
And I don't think it's just with men. I think younger women, the lack of communication skills is just much different. You know, it's almost like a lack of disrespect for people because it's like basic communication skills are lacking. That's kind of a disrespect to people, I feel.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Hmm.
I think I'm very over people just not being honest about things too. Like that's been huge for me, obviously, because I'm very honest and I'm pretty blunt and I try to be cognizant of how blunt I'm being. You know, I try to deliver information the best way that I can. But I'm also just gonna be honest. Like if I don't like something, I don't like it. I'm not gonna be like, oh, well, it's no. That's a disservice to me and a disservice to you. I'm not going to sit here and pretend I like something if I don't like it, so
Yeah.
that in 2 weeks I have to hold up this, persona of who I am because I lied to you before. That doesn't make any sense. I don't think on first date, don't lie because you
Hmm.
are giving me an impression of you. That's who I'm going to think you are. That's the person I'm going to think I like. And then that mask is going to fall off. And
Hmm.
then what?
Yeah. What do they call that? That's a term they call the guy that I listened to about dating, your representative. He says people show up to their first dates as their representative, like as their that, and it makes so much sense
Yeah.
because it's so true. Like you want to like not even just be your best self, but like put on this facade almost, but it's like no, because exactly what's going to happen? Like that other person, if yeah, they end up liking you, they're not really liking who you truly are because you're putting up a facade. And then, like you said, Britt, you don't want to have to keep lying and like, and then you're gonna hold resentment like halfway down the line if you guys get into a relationship. It's gonna be like, well, actually, no, this is what I like, and it's like, well, we probably wouldn't have even like continued had I known that you were this way and not this way, or you like this and not this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of
There's,
time wasted.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. There was like one conversation too, which was like, I don't realistically think I want more children. I haven't like completely put it off the table, right? And this is a big one. Like children is a big one, especially if you're dating someone younger than you.
Mm-hmm. For someone
Because
that hasn't had
typically,
kids yet.
right, if they don't have kids yet of their own, and most men do want that, that's a whole, thing. And so I'm not going to sit there and lie, but so the truth is I don't know. I don't know if I do or don't. It's going to depend on the relationship I'm in and how I'm feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and if they do, and then they ask me that, and they're like, "Oh, well, yeah, like I don't know. I guess I don't need like no, why are you changing your mind? Why are
Mm-hmm.
you changing your mind based on what I said? You have to hold true to what you want because I'm not going to change mine, for you."
Hmm.
And so then later on down the road, it's going to be like, oh, 6 months in, oh, we love each other, huh? But oh, I do really want kids. Well, I told you in the beginning.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just, I wish and hope that 2026 shows me like that more people who are just stay true to who they are and what they want. Of course, relationships are about like coming together, and I totally understand that. And I know that, when you really like someone, they fit with you and everything's aligning. there's going to be things that you guys have to work through. That's just normal, I think, relationship stuff. But when it's big stuff like that, like don't change your mind. Just stay true to who you are. You will find someone who wants the same things as you when they're that
Absolutely.
big.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, especially on those huge, like core things that you want in the future, even beliefs. I always think back to like in my 20s dating, there was one guy in particularly where I think we were like a year in, and that's when he finally said, well, I don't want to get married again. I don't want kids again. And I was like devastated because I was like, what? I don't know yet. I'm mostly leaning towards maybe no, but I just don't know. And then here I am. So yeah, it was just it's a lot of wasted time. And the older we get, that year is actually not that long. I know a lot of people that are meeting within a year, getting married within a year, engaged, moving in, all a lot of big steps within that first year. It's wild.
So true. It is wild.
Yeah.
Mm.
There is some statistic, I guess, that divorced people get married within 2 or 3 years after their first divorce. They get into another marriage, and then that's a 70% divorce rate after that.
I've heard that.
What?
I heard I heard this from the podcast I sent you the other day. I don't know if you listened to
Oh,
that yet,
not
but
yet. No, I haven't.
I heard it there, and so I was like, wow, that's crazy because I couldn't have imagined getting married a year ago, which would have been like 2 years for me. I couldn't
Yeah.
imagine like getting married. And they say it's like could be because of this like void that someone's trying to fill. They want to get back to that place of like comfort and have a partner, like be married and all that kind of stuff, as opposed to like finding the right person for them.
Hmm.
And so I just want to stay true to like what I want,
Mm.
that I want to live with for the rest of my life. Even with my ex-husband, I would ask myself, like, is this something I want for the rest of my life? You know,
Hmm.
you have to ask yourself that. And it's not a weird question to ask, I don't think, because it's your life.
And you only have the one.
I only have the one. And I don't know about the people who keep getting divorced and married again, but I don't want to do that.
I actually find that statistic so wild, like almost unbelievable, just because I'm basing it just off like my own perspective, and I'm like that's how I was the first go around, but I feel like learning, and knowing what I know now, I have so much more discernment and I'm so much more like picky and like, like the last thing on earth I want is to get divorced again.
Yeah.
Like
Hmm.
that's already happened, and that made me realize what I should have been looking for in a marriage, and all these other things. So it's like I cannot imagine just like saying F it, let me get married just because I'm lonely. Like
Hmm.
that is like my biggest fear. Like I would never want to do that, So that just blows my mind. All these people are out here just like, screw it, let's just get married again and then get divorced. I'm like, no, I'm not. And I'm over here, Britt and I are like, we're not even getting in a relationship with someone. Like, you know what I mean? Unless like see a bigger picture with them. You know what I mean? So it's just like it's crazy that people are just like, oh, yeah, get married again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ay. Do you guys know anyone who's been married like 3 or 4 times?
Mm, personally, I don't think so. I think I've always just heard of, I have a friend that's been married, 3 or 4 times, or I know someone.
Yeah.
I don't think I personally do.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think
Yeah.
so.
Because I always forget my late grandma was married 3 times. And her last was definitely her, no offense to my other grandpas, her favorite.
Oh, so third time's a charm with grandma.
Yeah. And I know a guy who he's actually a friend of Paul's. He married, divorced, and then married her again, and then divorced her again. So,
I've heard a lot of those that they remarry the same person that they divorced and then
yeah.
end up getting divorced again. So it's like that was just a waste of time.
Yeah, yeah. I'm like, well, how did you lay the foundation for what was going to change? I don't
Exactly.
Yeah.
understand.
And then it's like, what didn't change? I guess like when you're getting married to the same person again, you obviously maybe go through like, oh, let's date again. Like, let's see if this is gonna work again. What happened after the marriage part that was like, never mind.
Exactly.
Like if it, like, and how quickly is it? Like, oh, we divorced. We waited 1 year. We waited 6 months. We waited 3 years. Like, what is that?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I do have a coworker. She got divorced, and then her and her ex, they weren't together, but they co-parented. They have two kids. And then I think it was this maybe last year, not 2025, 2024. So I guess a couple years ago, I don't know, a year-ish ago.
Yeah.
She said that they were getting back together and they were like living together again. And I was like, oh, okay. Like, are you getting married? Like, it's just okay. I guess for some people, maybe I hope that she does well, of course.
Yeah.
Does she have kids?
They have two kids together.
Wow.
Teenagers.
Mm,
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So I guess she's the only one I know.
Mm. Well, we'll see how it goes. Wishing her the best.
mhm.
Yes.
Yes.
But yeah, 2026, I think I'm going into it with like positive intent. I
Wonderful.
my wanting to date level is like, pretty low at the moment.
Mhm.
Despite the fact that my horoscope also said like it's a big year for me.
Oh, yeah, I saw
I have no,
that.
yeah, I have like no like current desire to get out of my home. So
Mm.
how that love is gonna come to me, I have no idea. But it's, not at the forefront of like my thoughts right now. I'm gonna keep an open mind. And even though like feel like last year I said I was gonna keep an open mind, I think my mind is open, but in a different way this year. That's
Mm.
very, I don't want to waste my time. Half of the people I was with last year, I knew beforehand that oh, this isn't my person before I even went on a first date with them. So like this year, I think maybe I'm not gonna do that because I don't even want to do that.
Ah, girl, I'm
Yeah.
excited for both of you for this year, just to see what happens. No, never know.
Fallon, are you on dating apps?
No, I don't and I don't think I ever will be, to be honest. I don't foresee my person being on a dating app. I just feel like I'm just gonna meet them organically.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I just until I feel called to be on a dating app, I'm not going to be. I don't think I will be. Who knows? Things may change, but I really do feel like I'm gonna meet them organically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, are
So
you on
as
dating apps?
I'm not, I haven't ever been. I think I had Tinder once when I was in my 20s for like a week, and then I was like, no. Um, yeah, that went away really quickly. So I've never had a dating app since, and not since this time. But there's this gal I follow. I really like her. She's kind of more modern, traditional wife. She's very young, but she kind of her niche is that like she talks about, just the traditional wife role and husband roles. And she's partnered with this new app that's coming out that I saw actually before she partnered with them through another guy, a guy who's like a men's coach teaching men how to like become healthy masculine men. And I think he created the app, and it's an app that is supposed to be for um men who want that role, provider role, looking for women who want that more like modern traditional life, who
Hmm.
want to be home, who want to be taken care of, all that kind of thing. The girl that I follow is faith-based. the app itself isn't, but I mean, it's going to draw on a lot more like faith-based people.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So
What's her
I
name?
do think it's interesting. Her name is Savannah Stone,
I wonder if I follow her.
and the app is called Partnered Me.
Okay. Savannah Faithstone.
Yeah.
No, I don't follow her, but click, I am now.
She's so cute. She got married at 18 and she's only 20 now. But you wouldn't
Wow.
ever know. Yeah, you wouldn't ever know like listening to her talk. She educates herself very well on every single topic she talks about. And she was just on this debate with feminists, like feminists today would come in and debate her on like the traditional roles. So the questions would be like, what makes you think that um or what makes you think traditional roles are unhealthy for feminine for females these days, and then they'll have to come with a rebuttal and she'll have to be like, well, I think it's this. And then she'll ask them questions that like kind of like trigger like their thought process, which is like, well, a lot of it's like, oh, I think women should be equal to men. And then she's like, so you would go to war today? And then they're like, well, like, I mean, I don't think anyone wants to go to war. And she's like, so you don't want to go to war. So you don't want to be, yeah. Like she's like, just challenging them in that sense. And they're challenging her back too, of course. But I mean, she's really like putting herself in this role as this woman to inspire other women to be okay with wanting to be traditional wives. And I think that's really nice to see.
Well, define what you mean by traditional.
So she just likes, she thinks choice is good. Like women should have a choice to stay home or to work if they want to. She obviously is a content creator. She makes money, but she has a choice. She doesn't have to if she doesn't want to. And her whole point is that the feminist like side of it is pushing women to think that they can't be stay-at-home wives
Hmm.
if because society's like, well, you have to work. You don't need a man. You can do this by yourself, and like it's almost like shame, like you shouldn't be home cooking for your husband. What your husband probably doesn't
Hmm.
even this is why men cheat on their wives, like stuff like that. Like she gets slandered online for it all the time. So she's just kind of like putting it out there like, I love my husband loves me, and that I love doing this, and it's okay if you want to do this too.
I see. Got it.
Yeah, I love that. I follow other women, um, and other men, honestly, and couples that do that
Yeah.
because that's something that I want. I want that traditional lifestyle. That's the type of marriage that I'm looking for. So, yeah, I totally vibe with her for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, that is what I am leaning towards in wanting in a relationship as well.
Mhm.
Um, Other than the fact that I don't really want more kids. Which is also kind of why it's like nice. I think why I am naturally leaning towards older men anyway, because they either already have kids or they don't want them, you
Right.
know. So but yeah, that was an app. I was like, well, this one could be good. Everyone gets vetted and has to go through a whole process. And then after it's started, I think like, well, you have to apply, you have to get approved. And then um, eventually, I think it's going to be like one of those requests to join things, like we have to have an invitation.
Mhm.
But yeah, I thought it was very interesting. And if I were to get an app, it would probably be one like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I'm intrigued. I'm gonna have to do some research.
Mhm. Yeah,
Thanks, Britt.
you're welcome. Okay, well, this was a fun little recap.
Yeah. Sorry, do
I'm
you have
sure
any
we'll have more
questions
stories.
for us before we take off?
I mean, that's it for today. I'm sure I will have more in the future. But
Yeah.
yeah, that app sounds like if it's what you guys are, in the realm of looking for, that's exciting. So
We gotta
maybe.
like get our wheels greased for 2026 to bring in some stories, to bring in some juicy
Yeah.
stories for you guys.
Awesome, ladies. Well, keep us posted as always. We're nosy over here, so.
Yeah, we want to hear the details.
All right.
Until babes.
All right, until next
Next
time.
time.
Bye.
Bye.